Hi, I am Osman, a master level energy healer with telepathic abilities, specializing in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses. I'm also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher. Be sure to visit my website yogawellness786.com for more information on my services and contact information. Also remember, all my therapies are natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. If you have a medical condition, be sure to consult with a qualified and licensed medical professional in your locality. I wanted to answer the question on can yoga and meditation help control anger, or if you have an explosive anger, can yoga and meditation assist you? Firstly, yoga and meditation helps to reduce your stress levels and your markers for stress, reducing your cortisol levels and soothing to your nerves and make you more centered, helps you to become calmer. But can it cure you of anger? No, because anger is a normal emotion. It's a normal human emotion, and maybe it can help reduce, or definitely it will help to reduce, gain more control of your anger. But is it 100% control? No, right? You're going to get explosive anger sometimes and you're going to lose control. So you can't say that yoga and meditation is useless because I'm still angry and having my fits and bouts of anger or explosive angers, periods. So there are different people. Some people are prone to explosive anger because something very deep rooted in the subconscious, or imbalance in chemicals, in the body physiologically as well, or the situation is warrants a defense mechanism that brings out the anger as a defense for you to defend yourself, right? So it's not necessarily something bad, but also yoga and meditation is not going to completely cure you and you become like such a calm and serene, like a flower, and not get angry. There are going to be normal situations that you're going to get that warrants you getting angry, and you will get angry. So, and a good example is I'm practicing yoga meditation now for almost 5 decades, and I'm on an advanced level energy healer and so forth. But there were situations that people were patronizing me, right? Or they, were taking advantage of me, and I got angry, and I spoke for my rights, but I had control of it. I never get into a fist fight, or never, went and, started to, beat people up and so forth. That never happened, in my entire life. I was in many violent situations, but I controlled myself or defended myself to some degree, but neutralized it with talk, and sometimes I got very angry to defend myself. A typical example would be I once went into a bank, and I wanted to use my banking app, and I was in a dangerous city where I could be robbed, and you have to remember that I am completely blind, and I have an expensive or an advanced smartphone. I have the latest upgraded iPhone. Currently, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is the highest level iPhone available still. And I didn't want, as a blind person, because I've got my stick, my blind stick, so everyone knows that I'm blind, in the public to use my phone. I felt it safer for me to come inside the bank and sit inside the bank and use my app. And a consultant came, walked to me if they could help me. I said, no, I am fine. I'm just using my application, my banking app, and I want to do something on my banking app. They said, if can I help you? I said, no, thank you. I'm fine. I want to, do this on my own, right? They said, no, I can help you. Let me help you. Let me come. I said, no, I'm fine. I don't need any help. And they kept insisting, right? So it was gone beyond the third time. I said, no, I told you I don't want your help. I want to do this please respect my privacy, and I want to do this here. If I have a problem, I will let you know, right? And I said, this is, and the person walked away, but there was someone, was with me, who came with me, and he says, but I didn't expect you to, get angry or raise your voice. I said, what do you want me to do? If I didn't raise, they're going to keep insisting and want to take the phone from me and, do this. Yes, I'm disabled, but I also have, I am not incapable. I like, especially disabled people, they want to be independent and they don't want your help always, because they don't want to seem that they are crippled, right? That there are many things that they can do on their own, and they want to do things on their own to maintain their own sanity, that they're not useless, And when people see disabled people, they want to force themselves to assisting, that person, thinking they are just like a child. We are not children, and also when we say no, we say, I said it nicely first time, but if the person keep insisting, there are some people that if you are not firm, right, and you don't respond, with the correct tone, right, they're going to take advantage of you. Sometimes people come and they're threatening you and they're screaming at you, so you have to scream back. It's the only way. You have to match them. It's sometimes the only way you can neutralize the situation, right? So I'm not escalating. It may seem that I've lost control, and yes, I got angry. I am angry, at that time, but I didn't lose control of my anger where it led to me doing things that I'm going to regret later. I mean, I'm recounting these angry situations till today. I never regretted any time whenever I burst out angrily, and I felt it was required. So anger is not necessarily a negative emotion. It's also a protective or a defense mechanism that is necessary at times, and it is normal. You are human, you're going to feel it, and express it. So sometimes I express myself to someone openly, and it hurts the feelings, right? And this is because I don't want to have any dealing with them, and it's important that I make it clear I don't want to have any dealings with you. Please, I'd rather not deal with you anymore, and please leave. Or I want to leave. And if I can't leave, I have to tell them to leave, right? I want you to leave, and they're not leaving. And you have to raise your, please leave. I don't want you in my presence anymore, So you have to use your anger sometimes, and it's normal, it's a natural emotion. But what yoga and meditation does do, not delete your anger, it helps you have full control and awareness of that emotion, and that emotion comes up naturally out of a natural situation where it warrants you to get angry. It's not abnormal to become angry or wrong to be angry, and sometimes, of course, we should not have said some things that we said because it may have been harsh, but I accept that, but I don't believe that I said something that I regret. I have said some very harsh things to people, but I believe I was justified, and I gave grounds why I said it, right? And I made it very clear. I don't like to smile and talk to someone and hold a hatred or a grudge against them, but smile and being very diplomatic, right? I'd rather be honest and say, honestly, I don't like you and I prefer not to deal with you. I say it out, and the person gets hurt and wants to argue with me, and I can even, raise my voice as well. And sometimes I read the nuance. People are very crafty in how they speak, so they can very easily say that they didn't say anything wrong, right? And if they speak to other people, even they say, no, there's nothing wrong, but I'm reading inside it, and I know the intention behind it, and I'm very clear, and I say, look, I don't like the way in which, or what you are saying, and if they continue, I'm not saying it. And I'm clear. I say, no, you're patronizing me. And if it's possible for me to walk away from that situation. If it's not, I demand that the person leave, right? Or I find a way. If both cannot leave, you're in a situation where you are in, close vicinity with someone that is totally frustrating you, and you have to work with that person. You have to find a professional way to make it clear, to them. And if it needs for you to raise your voice, sometimes you have to raise it because it was necessary, and justified to do so, or bring in a higher authority, in that to assist you, because sometimes you need to, seek the assistance of a higher authority if it's going to get you into trouble where you're raising and utilizing your anger. So I hope that information helps you to get a better understanding, about, some of the situations, that can arise, and that it's not wrong to be human, right? And take care of yourself.